Good afternoon, Badass Artists. I'm Mia Luyando. Today we are back in our book, Turtle Bay. We've been working on this mermaid. We did her skin tone with some markers and some Faber-Castell Black Edition skin tones. So today we are going to continue on. We worked with some Posca pencils earlier in the week, and we are going to just continue on with those. I have them out right now, so instead of getting out a new set, I'm just going to keep on with what I have out right now. And I thought we would work on her hair. I'm going to try and make this look sort of like some seaweed maybe. So one of the colors in Poscas don't have names or numbers, unfortunately, but one of the colors is this deep green, but it's almost like an evergreen color. It's got a bluish tint to it, and it's really pretty. It's very deep and dark. But I'm going to go in, and let's zoom in just a little bit. I'll have to move you around a little, since this is kind of a wide area we're working on. So I'm just going to go into the darker areas and add this nice rich color in. I'm just going to look at this as seaweed and barnacles and all that kind of good stuff. And we don't have to be, really specific. We don't have to cover every tiny little inch of the dark. Just kind of go in and get it going in there. Of course, you can take as much or as little time as you want. The longer you take, the more attention to the details you give it, the more lifelike it's going to look, of course. And we're just going to add this in. And Posca is really mostly known for their markers. Their acrylic markers are pretty famous. And a lot of people don't even know that Posca has pencils. They're a little on the pricey side. They're a limited set. They've got about 36 colors. And at the time I'm making this video, the set is about $50 in the United States. And that's on the pricey side. You can catch them on sale. I'll put the link to them in the description below, but they are a harder pencil. They're very pigmented. Posca doesn't pay me to rate their pencils by any means. I buy all of this stuff with my own money, but if I'm giving an honest review of them, I'll say they're very pigmented. It doesn't take a lot of pressure to get a lot of color. You're going to get a lot of color for the money, and they're a harder pencil, so they hold their point longer. You're not going to color along and feel like you need to sharpen it all the time. With some of the softer pencils, you lose a lot of pencil just by having to sharpen it to keep it, the point sharp for you. This does keep a point for a good long time, and I appreciate that. I like harder pencils because I like to add a lot of layers as a rule. And the harder the pencil, usually the better they layer. Whereas the softer the pencil, the better they blend. At least that's how I have found them. characteristics. And we're just going to keep going around. This is mostly just busy work, so get comfortable. If you're just watching at home, grab some coffee, grab a snack, just get cozy and comfy. For those of you following along, thank you so much. I'm really proud of you guys who have, written to me and told me how you're following along with all of the videos, and how much they've helped you, and I really appreciate that. That helps me know what kind of videos to make next. I always want to make videos that are going to help you, with your coloring adventures, and that's the goal of this channel, so that when you're at home and you're like, wow, I really want to make this look real, or I wonder how to do eyes, or how can I make this look like gold? You don't have to feel discouraged. This channel is to show you how to do all those things, all those tips and tricks, and make your coloring experience more pleasurable. Let's do this side. But I'm so proud because you guys are really sticking with it, and when you're willing to take lessons, then you really know someone is serious about their hobby, and that's great. Really proud of you guys. Just take your time, enjoy the process. Now, since we are going to make this look like seaweed, and so that would be, kind of a mash of different colors, I'm going to choose a rainbow pencil next. I think I'm going to choose one of the Crayolas, maybe. I've also got our regular rainbows over here. I'm going to look and see what I think, and then just kind of work that through to give us a bunch of different, yellows and blues and greens to make this look botanical and aquatic. I'm going to add this color down here as well, I believe. But not over everything, just kind of here and there. I think these definitely have some little fish scale vibes. Okay, now I'm going to look at, well, let me add some color down here so that it matches. I'm famous for that. I'll forget an ear too. couple of these little things. Kind of a base of green, since they're all kind of hanging haphazardly. Okay, now let me see. I've got this color, it's called Garden Soiree, and it's a combination of blues, greens, and yellows. But I've also got in our regular set of rainbow pencils this one, and it's got like a navy, a bright blue, and a yellow. So those are gonna mix to make green. Anyway, I'm gonna hold them both out. I think a combination, or just maybe just the one from the regular is gonna do the trick. I think this is gonna really give us some interesting looks. So I'm gonna just go in here. Oh yeah, see, that's mixing already to make green. How pretty. And that nice, rich, vibrant blue. Oh yeah, this will work very nicely. So I'm just gonna kind of go around and fill in with our rainbow pencil. And part of the trick to rainbow pencils is keeping them kind of like in a pattern. That way they can color change rather smoothly. So just kind of find your stride. And take off with them and just let the colors do their things. Now if you're at home and you're not using rainbow pencils, just grab 2 or 3 colors. That would be like blue, green, and yellow, and just kind of randomly go in and just add some little swirls and twirls. We're just trying to get this to look like random seaweed. And the colors, just, you know, trust the process. They're put together to already match and to turn into, you know, if you have one with red and yellow, it's going to turn orange. It's going to always work out. They're kind of created that way on purpose, so we can't mess them up, and I appreciate that. Just take your time and work your way around. Now, last time I told you all that we were going to have a mermaid book, and I've got to correct myself. I got ahead of myself. We're going to have a different book before we're going to have a mermaid book. So I didn't want you to be excited. Well, I do want you to be excited. We're still going to have a mermaid book, just not next. Next, we are going to have, for those of you who've been requesting it, part 2 of Botany Bay. It's been about a year in the works, a little longer maybe, and it is finally finished. It is called Bumblebee Bend. and it will be out in a couple of weeks. And I knew someone was hiding up there. And we'll work on this side. I'll just move the book around. And the colors are changing really nicely in this. I really like the effect it's giving us. And you don't have to cover every little space. Like I said before, your eye fills in a lot. And you can do as much or as little as you want. You can let a lot of this grayscale work for you. I'm just kind of giving it a once over. But these colors are really working together nicely. Okay. I don't think I got that one. There we go. Did I get them all? I think I missed these. Okay. Now, I'm going to switch over and work on her dress for a few seconds, and I'm going to use this rainbow pencil by Crayola. This one's called Meteor Shower, and I'm going to just kind of start. It's real pale. It's kind of got pink and peach and sort of a shimmery gold color in it, and I hope that the gold will kind of come through. It's really pretty. And because it is a little lighter, I'm hoping that it'll show up on this darker gray scale. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside. Now, I like the other one, but I'm going to see what this one looks like. It's got a little bit more blue in it, it looks like to me. So I'm going to just start down here at the bottom. And I'm just going to take each one of these little areas I'm just going to kind of work my way back through. This one has a lot more blue in it, and I like that. So we're going to use the other one for the hair, and we're going to use the Crayola for this one. I'll put the link to both of them. They're both very reasonably priced. And I'm going to go ahead and color these in as well. And we will do the background in our next adventure. So if you found this video helpful, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. If you've stayed with me this long, thank you so much. It was so wonderful to have you with me this afternoon. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I hope you'll do so. That way you'll always know when I put out a new video. I try to put out 2 to 3 a week. I will add the links in the description below to all of the products that we used today. If you're interested in them, please follow those. I am not sponsored by any of these brands, but if you follow the links, I do get a small commission, and that goes back into helping the channel grow. Okay, everybody, I'm going to leave it there for today. And when we come back next time, we will finish the background. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.